Dear students, we are diving into another part of the grammar from your course book, that is dialogue writing. What do you mean by dialogue? Dialogue in simple meaning is conversation, talk between two people. Dialogue. If it is talk between or to oneself is called as monologue. If we talk to others, it is called as dialogue. So, you are aware that language is used to perform different functions in oral and written forms like asking for information. ನಾವೊಂದು ಭಾಷೆಯನ್ನು ಬೇರೆ 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 ರೀಸನಿಗೆ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಕಾರಣಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ಉಪಯೋಗಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ತೇವೆ. ಒಂದು ಭಾಷೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳುವಾಗ ಆ ಭಾಷೆ ಉಪಯೋಗಿಸಿ ನಾವು ಪರ್ಮಿಷನ್ ಕೇಳ್ತೇವೆ. ಮತ್ತು ಏನೋ ತಪ್ಪು ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ನಾವು ಸಾರಿ ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಅದೇ ಭಾಷೆಯನ್ನು ಉಪಯೋಗಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ತೇವೆ. ಬೇರೆಯವರಿಗೆ ಗ್ರೀಟಿಂಗ್ ಕೊಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಅಥವಾ ಕಂಗ್ರ್ಯಾಚುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಅಪ್ರಿಷಿಯೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಅದೇ ಸೇಮ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜನ್ನು ಉಪಯೋಗಿಸ್ತೇವೆ. ಆದ್ದರಿಂದ ಒಂದು ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜಿಗೆ ಹಲವಾರು ಉಪಯೋಗಗಳಿವೆ. Note that to construct a dialogue, you must first try to find out the relationship between the speakers. So, we already know there is official conversation and also informal, unofficial conversation, formal conversation and informal conversation. ಫಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಕಾನ್ವರ್ಸೇಷನ್ಗೆ ಏನನ್ನು ಬಳಸ್ತೇವೋ ಅದು ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಯಾಲಿಟಿ. ನಾವು ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಸ್ಪೀಕಿಂಗ್ಗೆ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ ಜೊತೆ ಉಪಯೋಗಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಯಾವ ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜನ್ನು ನಾವು ಒಫಿಷಿಯಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಪ್ರಿನ್ಸಿಪಲ್ ಜೊತೆ ಅಥವಾ ಟೀಚರ್ಸ್ ಜೊತೆ ಉಪಯೋಗಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ತೇವೋ ಅದೇ ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜ್ ನಾವು ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಜೊತೆ ಉಪಯೋಗಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಲ್ಲ. ದ ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜ್ ಡಿಫರ್ಸ್, ಇಸಂಟ್ ಇಟ್? ಸೊ ಇನ್ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಟು write a dialogue, you should know the relationship between you and the one with whom you are having a dialogue. You must also be aware of the context of the dialogue. ಅಂದರೆ ಆ ಡಯಾಲಾಗನ್ನು ಯಾವಾಗ, ಯಾವ ಕಾಂಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಟಲ್ಲಿ, ಯಾವ ಸನ್ನಿವೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಮಾಡಿಕೊಳ್ತೀರಿ, ಯಾವುದಕ್ಕೆ ಪರ್ಪಸ್ ಏನು, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಡಯಾಲಾಗಿನ ಪರ್ಪಸ್. ಯು ಶುಡ್ ನೋ ದ ಪರ್ಪಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಯುವರ್ ಡಯಾಲಾಗ್. The purpose of the dialogue is important to generate appropriate dialogue. Find out if the dialogue should include formal or informal expressions. I have already told you. ಫಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಆಗಿರಬೇಕಾ ತುಂಬ, ಅಥವಾ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜನ್ನು ಬಳಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೋದಾ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕಾನ್ವರ್ಸೇಷನಲ್ಲಿ ಎಂಬುದನ್ನು ಮೊದಲಾಗಿ ನೀವು ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು. A dialogue begins with a greeting and ends with leave taking. So you always know whoever you meet, maybe it's a friend or it's an official person. Maybe it's your teacher or your principal or your friend or your parents. Usually what do? First you wish, isn't it? Whoever you see, first you greet, then at the end you say, I am leaving. Thank you, I am leaving, you say. So every conversation has a beginning and end, that is greeting and leave taking. So dialogue writing, when you write a dialogue, usually for your exams, you will be given the sentences. If they don't give you sentences, you have to write the entire sentence. In that case, you see that you use appropriate tense. ಅಂದರೆ ಟೆನ್ಸನ್ನು ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ಬಳಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು. You should not use, if the dialogue started with the present tense, you should not go to suddenly jump over to past tense or future tense. See that you use appropriate tense. Maybe you may use depending on the situation that you are referring to. Use language and style according to the context and relation of the speaker. That already told you. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಭಾಷೆ ಮತ್ತು ಭಾಷಾ ಶೈಲಿ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಇರಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ, ನೀವು ಮಾತನಾಡುವವರು ಮತ್ತು ನೀವು ಯಾರ ಜೊತೆ ಮಾತನಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ಅವರ ಜೊತೆ ಇರುವ ಸಂಬಂಧವನ್ನು ವ್ಯಕ್ತಪಡಿಸಬೇಕು. ಓಕೆ, ನೀವು ಒಟ್ಟಾಗಿ ಮಾತಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ ಜೊತೆ ಮಾತಾಡುವಾಗೆ ಪ್ರಿನ್ಸಿಪಲ್ ಜೊತೆ ಮಾತಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಪ್ರಿನ್ಸಿಪಲ್ ಜೊತೆ ಹೇಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತೇವೋ ಅದನ್ನು ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ದೆರ್ ಇಸ್ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ವೇ ಆಫ್ ಸ್ಪೀಕಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಪೀಪಲ್. ಯೂಸ್ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಲುಸಿಡ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜ್, ಕೀಪಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ಮೈಂಡ್ ದ ಫ್ಲೋ ಆಫ್ ದ ಕಾನ್ವರ್ಸೇಷನ್. ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಮತ್ತು ಲುಸಿಡ್ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಲುಸಿಡ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಇರಬೇಕು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜ್. ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಕಾನ್ವರ್ಸಿಂಗ್ ವಿತ್, ಯು ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ವೆರಿ ವೆರಿ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಶುಡ್ ಗಿವ್ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ ಟು ದ ಪರ್ಸನ್ who are listening to you. Use direct speech, include questions and exclamations. Length should be maximum 1.5 side of the page. That's if you are given a topic and you have to write conversation. Usually you are given a dialogue wherein you have to fill in the blanks. That's what will be given to you for exam. Write an introduction in brackets. Write at least 5 dialogues per person on the given topic. The names of the characters should come on the right side of the margin. Use the names given in the question. I'm not doing explain to you all these things because already the dialogue will be given to you. All these things are not necessary for you. You have to just fill in the blanks. Know the situation and just fill in the blanks. So you need not know the length of the paragraph, all these things. All the columns should be one below the other. Add narrations to make the dialogue realistic and interesting. Opening line should be a greeting or a wish, we already know it, and ending should be a leave taking. Closing line should formally end the dialogue. Usually it is thanking and leave taking at the end. So we are going to a sample paragraph, sample dialogue that has been given to you. Professor Omkar wants to buy a new computer for his personal use. He consults Mr. Raju, a computer engineer. Now there are two people. In order to have a dialogue, you usually need two people. You can't have dialogue between one person. Okay. So there are two people, that is Mr. Raju and Omkar. Omkar needs a computer. He goes to Mr. Raju, a computer engineer. Omkar, good evening, Mr. Raju. Greeting. Raju, hello, professor. I'm seeing you after a long time. How are you? That is introduction. So sometimes there is introduction, sometimes there isn't. In introduction, you may also term the purpose of your coming. So first of all, at the beginning, there should be greeting. Omkar, fine, thank you. I am writing a book, but my computer is giving me a lot of trouble. Now I want to buy a new PC. Would you help me? This is sharing information. Purpose of going there. Okay. Raju, certainly. Which PC do you have now? Omkar, I have an old Pentium 4 processor. Now that I am quite familiar with the computer, I can use a faster system. Raju, quite right. I think you should go in for Core i3. Omkar, what technical specifications should I look for? Again seeking information. Raju, well, a 500 GB hard disk drive and 2 GB RAM, I suppose. That should be more than enough for your work. Omkar, that is giving information, okay? Omkar, thank you. See you tomorrow. That is leave taking. So you know, in this dialogue, if you see, there is greeting, there is introduction. Greeting is good evening, Mr. Raju, that is greeting. And there is introduction. Hello, professor, I am seeing you after a long time. How are you? That is part of introduction. Then you have problem. You term your problem for what you are going there. You are sharing your information maybe. Fine, thank you. I am writing a book, but my computer is giving me a lot of trouble. Now I want to buy a new PC. Would you help me? That is maybe sharing information. Then you seek information. What technical specification should I look for? That is, you ask for information. Then giving information also comes. Raju gives information about computer, saying that, well, a 500 GB hard disk drive and 2 GB RAM, I suppose. That should be more than enough for your work. That is giving information. Omkar is thanking at the end and leave taking. Thank you. See you tomorrow. That is thanking and leave taking. So you know, when it comes to dialogue, to make it complete, all these parts should be included. That is greeting, that is introduction, then seeking information, giving information, finally leave taking. Now some exercises have been given to you in your course book. As I do these exercises, I request you all to work out these exercises in your course book. So teacher, you are late to class, Pradeep. That is, teacher is complaining because Pradeep is late to the class. She is complaining here. This is situation is different. In every situation you do not have greeting, parting and all. This situation is different here. The conversation should be different. Teacher usually doesn't greet a student. It should be vice versa. It also sometimes teacher also can greet student, but need not be always. So yeah, directly she's coming into the conversation and entering into the conversation. She is saying, she is complaining that always Pradeep is late to the school. Pradeep says, Madam, I dash the bus. The next bus dash is asking sorry because she is complaining. Teacher is complaining. When teacher complains, you need to ask for sorry. So here you have to fill in the blank now. What should be the answer of Pradeep? What can you guess? Can you guess and fill in the blank in your rough book? So Pradeep is saying, Madam, I am sorry, because apologizing it is, since it is given in the bracket. Apologizing means asking pardon, asking sorry. So you have to use here, Madam, I am sorry. I missed the bus. He is terming the reason for his coming late. The next bus was after an hour. After an hour, after 1 hour, next bus. That is why I am late today. Because the bus which he was supposed to come, he missed it. So he is coming in the next bus. So you need to ask sorry. He came in the next bus and it was late. Teacher, in that case, you should giving a suggestion. What will she suggest? You should go back or you should come by auto. What will she say? She can also say, in that case, you should catch an auto. Isn't it? That can be a possibility. Or, in that case, you should not come to the school. You could have gone back to your home. If it was too late, you would have gone back to your home. You would not have come to the school. Or, there is another possibility. You could have caught an auto and come to the school. Pradeep, agreeing. I am sorry. You did not say once again because already said sorry. Yeah, all right. Shall I leave now? All right. Pradeep can say, all right. Shall I leave now? So in this dialogue writing, you see the main parts. That is, since teacher is complaining, Pradeep is asking sorry. Then you have suggesting and agreeing and leave taking. Those are the main parts of this conversation. Okay. We are going into exercise number 2. Rahul and his wife Lata plan to have a holiday. They discuss the options. Now, the situation has been given to you clearly. So, since you are going to have holiday, Lata and Rahul are discussing now. Rahul, Lata, my boss has accepted to sanction me 15 days of earned leave. Lata, I am glad. Here, nothing is given in the bracket. What should be the reply? But Lata can usually naturally say, I am glad. Lata, I think something is missing here. Okay, next, Lata disagreeing. Sorry for this. Something is missing. Please refer to your book. So Rahul is telling Lata, my boss has accepted to sanction 15 days of leave. Usually they will plan for an outing if there is leave. And Lata can answer as, I am glad. So Rahul suggests now. Rahul will say suggesting. Suggesting, they have just given blank. What can Rahul suggest? Now that I have so many days of leave, why not go to Rajasthan? Maybe example I am telling, why not we go to Rajasthan? So Lata disagrees it. Okay, she says, oh no, it is very hot in Rajasthan. Something should be given. Since okay, nothing is given, you can add your own places here. Then Rahul is saying another option he has to give now. Then you decide the place. Rahul is saying. So then Lata will say, how about Australia? It will be lovely there. Rahul says, but you know I am not much of a mountaineer. Lata, you love the sea, don't you? Rahul? Yes, I do. Lata, why don't you call a travel agency right now? Rahul, I will do that. Okay. Rahul can say, I will do that. I think you have got the paragraph fully. So Rahul says, Lata, my boss has accepted to sanction me 15 days of earned leave. So Lata is very happy. She says, I am glad. Then Rahul he is giving some suggestion to go for outing. Now that I have so many days of leave, why don't we go to Rajasthan? That can be the suggestion. And Lata says, disagrees. What can she say? Oh no, it is very hot in Rajasthan. Then Rahul will give another option. That is, then you decide the place. It's asking her to decide the place because the next sentence is she is giving the place. So you have to be, the sentence should be that Rahul is asking her to give the option. So Lata says, how about Australia? It will be lovely there. Rahul says, but you know, I am not much of a mountaineer. Lata, you love the sea, don't you? Rahul says, yes, I do. Lata, why don't you call a travel agency right away? And Rahul says, yes, I will do that. That with a complete conversation. Next, we are going to next conversation. That is exercise number 3. You and your friend are at the cinema. You have got 2 seats on either side of a gentleman who offers to change his seat so that you and your friend can sit together. Complete the dialogue given below. Okay, you and your friend are going for cinema, but you have got different seats, not close by. Okay, and in between there is one gentleman. Okay, gentleman, actually you want to sit together, but you are not willing or not so free to ask to the gentleman to give away his seat. But gentleman sees your problem or your concern and he himself offers his seat to you and he goes and sits somewhere else. Means he shifts his place. Complete the dialogue. Now we need to complete this dialogue. You, excuse me sir, could you please? What can be the answer? Could you please shift your seat? Okay. Gentleman, oh yes, definitely. Where are your seats? You, there are on the other side of your seat. Gentleman, no problem. I will go to the extreme left. So he agrees to give the seat. Next. You, thank you sir. We have been waiting to see this movie together. Gentleman, I understand. By the way, since your name is mentioned, you just ask, what is your name? You, I am Aniket. This is Ankur, my friend. Not only you are introducing yourself, you also are introducing your friend who is with you. So gentleman says, fine, thank you. So here the language functions expected are calling attention, requesting for a favor, introducing and agreeing. All those things are there. You are calling attention. You, excuse me sir, that is calling attention. Then you have requesting for a favor where yes, here, could you please shift your seat? That is requesting for a favor. And he gets a positive reply. Oh yes, definitely, where are your seats? Okay. Then comes introducing. He is introducing himself here. I am Ankit and he is my friend Ankur, isn't it? So they are introducing themselves, then comes agreeing. Fine, thank you. Fine means agreeing. So all these language functions should be included in this dialogue. They have been included already. So in this part of the grammar, we have already seen how to complete a dialogue writing. In order to complete the dialogue writing, you see that your language is proper, tense is proper, and you should know with whom you are conversing. Is he a senior to you, or are you conversing with an official person, or conversing with the friend? First you know the relationship between you, then only you can put the exact conversation. Otherwise you may make a mistake if you are not using the polite language in your dialogue. So there are few more exercises which we are going to look into in the coming videos. I hope you have understood. There are few rules which you need to follow, that is using appropriate sense, and language and style should be in relationship with the speaker. That means there should be the relation should be known to you, to whom you are conversing with. So keeping this in mind, this is very important on the point of your exam. So please go through the video thoroughly and work out the exercises. Again, there are 7 more exercises which you need to complete in your workbook. Please do them by yourself so that you get a practice of how to complete the dialogue. Otherwise, if you just copy, there is no use of it. So see that you use this skill to complete the dialogue. Those are there in your workbook. We shall continue in the coming class.